Hey everybody, it's Amy Berger, and I thought I would do a food haul video for you for a little change of pace. I've been getting some questions about, what do I buy at the store? What's a typical day of eating for me like? So I will do some of those in the future, some of those like what do I eat in a day, but I did want to share my groceries with you today. I came back a little while ago from Aldi, ALDI. You might not have an Aldi near you. They're not everywhere, but if you do have one in your area, do take advantage because they have some of the most incredible prices on food that I've ever seen. And I watched a couple of videos on YouTube about why and how they're able to keep the prices so low, and most of it is good. It's not really anything underhanded or dishonest. It's a lot of efficiency is built into the system. It's built into how the employees stock things, into even how things are packaged and how they source things. A lot of stuff at Aldi is their own internal store brand. They have like funny little brand names that are their own internal brand. It's not like nationwide brands that you'd be familiar with that you see at the regular supermarket. Now, so if you think keto is expensive, Aldi is your best friend if there's one near you. I think they're even overseas. They're in parts of Europe, but I think they might go by a different name in Europe. The reason I wanted to do this, part of it is I just like looking at other people's grocery hauls. I've seen a lot of other people do, YouTube grocery hauls, and for some reason I like watching it. Maybe it's food porn, maybe it's I don't know what, but we do this in the supermarket too, right? We look in other people's carts. Oh, what are they buying? Oh, what are they doing? So I thought maybe some of you might be curious to see what I buy. And the other reason I wanted to do it is because I experienced a little bit of food shaming and food policing yesterday on Twitter. I posted a picture of a salad I had made, and I mentioned a specific brand of cheese, and I got a little pushback. Someone even said, that's not the best choice. Best for who? Who decides what's best? Who decides what's best for another grown adult to put in their mouth? Best is a relative term, and how nice of them to weigh in, how nice of them to show such concern for what another autonomous adult puts in their mouth. Now, that's a little bit of sarcasm, right? I mean, I invited that. I opened myself to criticism just by putting a picture on social media, right? When you put a picture on social media, whether it's food or not, you open the window for people to comment for the positive, for the negative, good, bad, ugly, indifferent. So, lesson learned. Amy needs to develop a thicker skin. Amy needs to let negative comments just wash off and not be a big deal. So, all right, lesson learned. I'll take that as a positive. And so I want to talk a bit about food quality as I go through what I bought. So here's the food. Now, my video might be a little bit shaky. Let's see if I can get this a little clearer. It looks very blurry right now. There we go. Okay, now it's a little clearer. So my receipt, here's my receipt. Hard to see, but $44.99, so about $45. And by the way, it's July 3rd. It's Wednesday, July 3rd that I'm recording. $45 for this huge haul of stuff. There it all is at once. Now, there's a lot of things I didn't buy, like I didn't buy a lot of beef, I didn't buy a whole lot of pork. There's certain things that I just don't need. I only went to get stuff that I needed or stuff that I thought was the right price, so I picked it up while I was there. Now, let's go through some of it. I specifically went to Aldi today because chicken breast tenderloins, the little thin, skinny cuts, were on sale for $1.99 a pound. So I did get 2 packages. I'll stick one in the freezer and I'll stick one in the fridge until I figure out what I want to do with it. Yes, it is okay to eat skinless chicken on keto. First of all, if you're trying to lose body fat and you're struggling and having a hard time, it's not a bad idea. Some people have success cutting back on dietary fat and eating more lean protein, so it's not going to kill you to not eat something super fatty. If you do need more fat, you can absolutely just grill these or roast them, bake them, whatever. Dip them in blue cheese dressing, dip them in ranch dressing, dip them in guacamole, pour olive oil on them. It's the easiest thing in the world to add fat to things, so that's not a problem. So I got the chicken. I also got these lamb chops. These were on sale $7.99 a pound, which, not really the most budget-friendly thing, but for lamb, $7.99 a pound is a good price, so I did pick these up. They do have bones. That's the bone right there. And this fat, look at this gorgeous lamb fat. All this fat, that is ketogenic diet gold right there. A lot of people don't like lamb. They find it kind of rangy, kind of funky. I used to not like it, and now I've really really come around. So this was $7.99 a pound. This package was $9.19 for this package. So again, kind of a splurge, but the chicken was super cheap. Let's see, I also got, the other meat I got was, I did treat myself also, a little pricey, a little luxurious for me. I got a pack of speck and a pack of prosciutto. Now these are both 3 ounces each, 3-ounce packages, and they were $3.99. So this is $8 right here for these 2 small packs, which, like I said, it's kind of a luxury, it's kind of a splurge, but they're, look at these, like gorgeous, fatty, cured, salty Italian meats. Like this, again, keto gold, fatty, salty meat. What more do you want for keto? And not something I buy every day. Smoked Gouda is this sliced smoked Gouda. This was, let me check the price, $2.69. So, not too bad. 8 ounces, $2.69. And I've had this before. It is delicious. We'll talk about the vegetables in a minute, but I did get 2 things of mustard, a Dijon and a spicy brown, 89 cents a piece. 89 cents. You can't beat that. For the 12-ounce container, the 12-ounce jar. Mustard is great for keto, right? It's basically 0 carb. It's got vinegar in it. Vinegar has some pretty interesting properties for controlling blood sugar and insulin. I wrote a blog post about that. Maybe I will link to it in the notes. I did get 100%, unsweetened cocoa that I use for various purposes. And I never had this before, Tahini Goddess kind of salad dressing. It's their own brand, their own store brand. I really do like a toasted sesame kind of flavor. I don't usually, I shouldn't say that. I've gotten it in salad dressings before. Like, for example, I'll dip, grilled chicken breast or grilled chicken tenderloins in any kind of dressing, including one like this. And so I wanted to try this one, and you can't really see it. It's very blurry. God help me, I might die tomorrow. The first ingredient is canola oil. Now, if you've watched my food purity and food quality videos in the past, I'm not a purist. I think, let's see, this says 2 grams of carbs for 2 tablespoon serving, which is really not so bad. You can find dressings that are 0 or 1, like usually a blue cheese or a ranch is 0 or 1 gram per serving, but 2 grams, no big deal. And the canola oil, frankly, I don't really have a problem with it. Even soybean oil and, if a lot of just regular store-bought condiments and dressings have soybean oil, I don't go out of my way to avoid every last molecule of that. I'm not afraid of it. I wouldn't live on it, but I don't seem to have a problem with it if I don't overdo it. And I will say, I have noticed I don't feel so well physically or especially emotionally if I overdo the omega-6. But I've noticed I only have that problem if I overdo omega-6 in the condiments, which is really my main source of things like soybean oil or something like that, is, dressings and marinades. If I get a fair bit of omega-6 from pork or fattier chicken pieces, I have no problem. And, pork is not high in omega-6, but it's higher than beef, lamb, and seafood. Pork is still predominantly a monounsaturated fat. It's mainly oleic acid, which is the exact same fatty acid that everyone celebrates in olive oil. So that's what pork is mainly, but pork does have more omega-6, and I don't ever seem to have a problem with that. All right, moving along. Look at all these vegetables. Oh my God, Amy Berger's going to kill herself with oxalates and lectins and phytic acid and whatever. Oh my God, salicylates. Okay. If you are, into keto these days, and you're on social media, you might be thinking that everyone is doing the carnivore diet, right? These vegetables are going to kill you. Nobody can tolerate them. They make everybody sick. You might be feeling guilty or feeling ashamed if you like vegetables and you enjoy them and you're still eating them and it looks like nobody else is because the only pictures you ever see are steak and bacon and eggs. Well, Amy Berger eats vegetables. And I like vegetables. I've always liked vegetables, even when I was a kid. My mother never had to force me to eat them. I like them. I like a wide variety of them. I like some of them cooked. I like some of them raw, but I do see vegetables. And I have to say, a couple of things have changed in my life recently to make very, very positive changes in my life. So I'm not saying it's all diet, but the past couple of days/weeks, I've been feeling amazing, probably better than I've felt emotionally, mentally, and physically in years, if not a decade or two. And I'll do a video maybe on that. It's a very private issue, but I will be public about what I'm doing differently that I think is helping. But the point is, I've been feeling like dynamite while eating more vegetables than I was a little while ago. I don't eat a ton of them. I mean, most of my food, most of my caloric intake is still animal foods. It's still meat, it's still seafood, it's still whatever, pork, dairy products. But I don't avoid vegetables, and so they're certainly not making my physical or mental health worse because I feel great and I've been eating them. So let's take a look at what there is. There is this very, very large seedless cucumber. They either call them English cucumbers or sometimes they're called hothouse cucumbers. Really big one. This got to weigh like, I don't know, this could weigh 2 pounds easily, probably. This is 99 cents. 99 cents. Broccoli, this is a pound. Broccoli crowns. This was $1.69 a pound, so $1.69 for broccoli crowns. Hearts of romaine, a 3-pack. Let me check the price on that. That was $2.19 for 3 romaine hearts. Now, I don't normally buy this kind of package. I normally go to to Sprouts or some other store and get just a single head of romaine that is larger and has all the outer leaves. So not just the heart, but the dark leaves too. I just like that. But for $2.19, I couldn't resist, especially because I've been eating more salad lately, and I'll talk about that in a sec. The other thing, I got this triple pack 3 green peppers, 3 green bell peppers. Let me check the price on this. This was $1.89. And, at the regular supermarket, green peppers often go on sale for like 79 cents a piece in the U.S. So, $1.89 for 3 is not bad. And you do have to check, Aldi, sometimes the reason their produce is so cheap is because it's not quite the freshest. Like some of it's kind of already starting to go. So if you're going to cook it in the next day or two, get it anyway. It's cheap. This, I did, these all seem really firm and really, fresh and ripe. It doesn't seem like they're going to go bad anytime soon. And I also got this funky thing of lettuce. I've seen this there at Aldi all the time. I never bought it before, but I decided to check it out this time. It's 4 kind of smallish heads of other kinds of lettuce. It looks like it's got green leaf, the red leaf, maybe some frizzy or escarole in there, that really like bitter kind of angular leafy stuff. But yeah, you can see kind of the darker lettuce there. Let me check the price on how much that was, if I can find it. Where is it? Meat, chicken tenders, romaine hearts. Why can I not find it? No. Did they not charge me? I'm looking at my receipt. I'm not seeing it. Oh, baby lettuce, $2.50, $2.49. Not bad. $2.49 to try 4 interesting looking lettuces that are, pretty good. And I like to combine, because the romaine is fairly plain, especially the romaine hearts. Like I said, this doesn't have the darker outer leaves that have a little more flavor, a little more bitterness. So I will combine some of these more bitter lettuces with this in a big salad. Now, I do want to say, I'm not proud of all this plastic, right? All this extra packaging. We've got a big plastic tub for these lettuces. We've got broccoli crowns in a plastic bag, romaine hearts in a plastic bag. The peppers are the worst offender. They're in a plastic bag on top of a plastic tray. So there's a lot of unnecessary plastic here, but, sometimes you do what you got to do, and don't let perfect be the enemy of the good. And let me, I'm going to flip this over high so you can see me again. It is what it is. I don't shop at Aldi a lot. When I shop at other stores that the produce is not pre-packaged, I reuse bags, those produce bags. I never tie them in knots, so I don't have to rip the bag. I can reuse that bag 5, 6, 7, 8 times, maybe less, maybe more. I'll use the bags over and over until they rip, until there's a hole and they're not really usable anymore. If I put a bunch of bell peppers or some onions in a bag like that, there's no reason I can't reuse the bag. It's not like I had raw meat in there. It's not like I had something that's gonna have bacteria or decay. Like, take the produce, unless it's something really wet or gross, like, you know what I mean? I just reuse. So I don't feel too guilty for the few times when I do have some more plastic in my life. I mean, I think we all could do a little better in terms of packaging, but, like I said, it is what it is. And let me talk about the salad a little bit. let's see, I already talked about feeling better, so I'm not saying the salad is making me feel better, but there's a girl that I follow on Twitter who posts a lot of pictures of her salads, and she's a keto person. She eats plenty of meat, plenty of fat, but she uses salads as a vehicle for fat, right? She uses avocado, oily dressings. She can put, trying to remember what else she puts on there. She doesn't really put bacon, hard-boiled eggs, all kind. It's just a great vehicle for fat, right? It's a great vehicle, cheese for adding fat. I love a peppery green or a crisp kind of cold leaf with some vinegary, oily dressing on it. Something about it, especially if it's got some cheese too, like some feta, some blue cheese. So it's really delicious. And you can put anything on a salad. Like I said, even these chicken tenderloins, if you're going to grill some chicken tenderloins or put them in a baking dish, a Pyrex dish, and bake them, don't bake 3 or 4, bake 10 or 20 at a time. You can keep them in the fridge. Like I said, eat them cold, dip them in ranch dressing, dip them in guacamole, or you can chop them up into chunks, throw them in a salad, or make fajitas out of them, cut them into strips, make a stir fry with a whole bunch of bell peppers or whatever. So talking about the salad, let me show you the one that I made that I got shamed for the cheese, but I'll just show you the one that I made. So I actually keep it in the bowl of my salad spinner. This is the big bowl for my salad spinner. I take the spinny part out. It's actually on the other side of the kitchen. This green out, it's upside down. This is the spinny part of the salad spinner that you spin around to shake all the water out. Once I wash all the lettuce, I take this out and I just leave all the lettuce in. And for some reason, the salad seems to stay a lot crisper and fresher longer in this bowl than if I were to put it into some other container. This magic bowl. Now, what's in this particular one is romaine lettuce, the big leaf like I was talking about. That's why there's so many darker leaves. Green bell pepper, yellow bell pepper, cucumbers, scallions, some crumbled feta cheese, and the cilantro lime dressing from Primal Kitchen. That's Mark Sisson's company, although I think Heinz purchased them. So Heinz owns it now, but it's the Primal Kitchen dressing with avocado oil, so no weird funky oils there. I'm going to show you the cheese that I got shamed for because that's what's in here. I'm going to grab it out of my fridge. Here we are. It's the President Feta. You probably see this in your own grocery store all the time. This one is with Mediterranean herbs. And you know, it's kind of blurry. You can't see, but look, it's got natamycin as the mold inhibitor. It's got cellulose powder to prevent caking because it is the chopped crumbles. It's not if you just got the block of feta and sliced it yourself, it wouldn't have that. That just keeps it from clumping up. And, you know, it's Greek seasoning, spices, garlic, lemon juice solids. It's got olive oil powder. It's got like herbs and spices. And, you know, it says corn syrup solids, but the total carb per serving per 1 ounce is less than 1 gram. So I'm really not that concerned about it. You know, with this food shaming and stuff, don't let the perfect be the enemy of the good. Really can't stress that enough. Don't let the perfect be the enemy of the good. If you want to be a purist, but I do what works for me. And like I said, I've been feeling amazing lately. I weigh less now than I've weighed in probably, God, I don't know, not even since high school. You know how some people lose weight on keto and they're like, I'm down to my high school weight. I'm below my high school weight. I was way fatter in high school than I am now. I am definitely at my lowest weight in a long time. And I was worried for a while that I had lost a lot of muscle because I stopped lifting. I just had zero desire to lift anymore. But lately, the past couple of weeks, I've gotten back to it and I'm feeling really good. My clothes are kind of falling off me, my pants. So I don't think I'm losing muscle. I think I'm losing some body fat. I haven't had like a DEXA scan or anything like that. I'm not that fancy. But my point is, I'm eating vegetables, I'm eating salads, I'm eating stuff with questionable ingredients that other people want to shame me for, and I seem to be doing really well in body, mind, and spirit and brain. So back to me. Hi. So the other thing I wanted to say, and the reason I wanted to kind of show you my Aldi haul, is you know, most of this, I think, in fact, all of it is not organic. None of this is organic. None of it is, I mean, the lamb might be pastured because most lamb is. Most lamb doesn't really come from feedlots. It's really just, they don't really have a lot of feedlots for lamb. It's mostly, you know, all grass-fed and grass-finished. And I think this is from Australia. I don't know if I mentioned that before. They produce a lot of lamb in Australia and New Zealand. And I do have plenty of local meat in my freezer. So if you're thinking, wow, that's all from God knows where, it's all from Aldi. I posted on Twitter a few weeks ago that I had gone to the Durham, North Carolina farmers market and I stocked up on a ton of meat. I got 5 different kinds of animal foods. I got beef, pork, lamb, goat, and bison. So we're really lucky to have that farmers market with all those different meats. But guess what? Not all my meat is from a local farm. Sometimes I go to Aldi and I get stuff because it's cheap. And the cheap food that's still good quality fatty meats, good quality protein, vinegar, low carb vegetables helps me stay on my best version of a low carb ketogenic diet that works for me. So you do you. You don't have to do what Amy Berger does. You don't have to do what anyone else does. Do what works for you as I do what works for me. And I will show you, I think, how I make that salad. Did I don't remember. I think I did. I mentioned because it had the dressing and the bell pepper and the. Did I say what was in that salad? I don't remember now. I think I did. Yeah, I said it was the romaine lettuce, the green and yellow pepper, the scallion, the cucumber. I am going to start doing a lot more of that. I actually enjoy salad more than I realized, and I just realized that it's a pain in the butt to make, and that's why I hadn't been eating it more. But kind of the reason I bought the romaine pack, the 3-pack that I don't normally, is because I'm going to start making big salads like that ahead of time. If you chop everything, wash all the lettuce, chop everything, even put the dressing and cheese on it, I actually like salads better that way that have sat for like a day in the fridge. The lettuce is still crispy, but there's something about the way the dressing sort of soaks everything that is so yummy actually the day after or even 2 days after. So it's just, and they're delicious. I think I mentioned, I don't know, I don't remember what I said like 10 minutes ago in this video, but kind of a peppery green like an arugula or a mizuna or a, I don't know, whatever else, like some of these more peppery greens with something really vinegary, and it goes great with blue cheese, it goes great with feta, it goes great with goat cheese, a little bit of raw red onion, very thinly sliced, or scallions or chives, something to give it that little oniony bite. Just a really yummy, delicious, keto-friendly thing. You can make it as fatty or as not fatty as you need it. You can add protein. You can add cut up chicken, cut up steak, open a can of tuna or salmon, put it right on the salad. So possibilities are endless. And I guess that's it for now. It's okay to eat vegetables if you tolerate them. Don't let the carnivores freak you out. If you don't tolerate them, don't eat them. If they make you sick, don't eat them. I love vegetables. Even, I don't remember if I said, but when I was a kid, my mother never had to force me to eat them. Even broccoli, Brussels sprouts. Now, she was a damn good cook, so everything she made was delicious, but I've always liked vegetables. I never had to be forced to choke them down as a kid, and now I still like them. So that's it for now, I guess. I hope this is cool. I hope it's fun, and I will do more in the future, including some food prep videos so you can see what I eat and how I make it. All right, thanks. Take care.